Welcome to Full Measure. I'm Sharyl Attkisson. The new Republican-led Congress was sworn in this week, and one priority was clear: doing away with Obamacare. The promise of the law was affordable health insurance for all, but for too many, the hard reality is high deductibles, unaffordable premiums, and huge out-of-pocket costs. We've covered the pitfalls since our beginning here on Full Measure, and today we begin by reviewing what went wrong and the prospects after Obamacare.
It was a popular election rallying cry and will be one of President Trump's top priorities.
We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Trump supporters want him to follow through.
I think it was a nice try, but it didn't work. It needs to be fixed, and it needs to be tore down and dissected, and the bad things get rid of and improve on, and get rid of, what don't work.
Now the big question is, what comes next? Nathan Nascimento is a senior policy advisor at the conservative Freedom Partners Chamber of Commerce.
There was bipartisan agreement that something has to be done, whether it's a fix or complete overhaul or however you want to term it. How does that begin?
Just moving forward with a full-on repeal and replace measure is not going to solve the underlying problems. It's just going to make things worse.
What do you think needs to be done?
I think as you start to target specific problems with the law, you allow for the multitude of free market solutions, market-centered, patient-centered solutions to rise to the surface. You allow for a number of ideas to see the light of day, not just jammed in a massive bill that's going to be stuck with a bunch of cronyism, a bunch of giveaways to big corporations. We want to bring this back to the people and let the market flourish.
So instead of a massive bill, as you describe it, are you saying there should be a lot of smaller laws addressing targeted slices of issues?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's one way that you ensure that people are actually getting what they want.
What people want is insurance that actually covers their medical expenses without sky-high deductibles and unaffordable premiums, which was the promise of the Affordable Care Act in the first place.
It will provide more security and stability to those who have health insurance. It will provide insurance for those who don't. And it will slow the growth of health care costs for our families, our businesses, and our government.
You know what? I told them not to call this the Affordable Care Act.
You told who?
The Obama administration, the Democrats, every Democrat I could find.
Robert Leshefsky is a policy advisor and analyst for the insurance industry. He's correctly predicted Obamacare's pitfalls since day one.
The fundamental problem is not enough healthy people have signed up to pay for the sick, and not enough healthy people have signed up because the insurance plans that people are being offered just simply aren't of good value.
What do customers see as wrong with the insurance product?
The insurance products that consumers see are still too expensive in terms of premium, and the deductibles and copays are too high.
Congress passed Obamacare in 2010 without a single Republican vote, with the Democrats' House Leader Nancy Pelosi admitting even they didn't know exactly what was in the bill's 2,700 pages. Since then, some in Congress say it's created a 20,000-page stack of rules and regulations.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it away from the fog of the controversy.
We've looked at what happened with Nancy Pelosi, and we look back in time and we say you have to pass the bill in order to know what's in the bill. We've learned our history from what happens when Congress passes massive bills, that it's chock full of a whole bunch of bad things and that don't really meet the needs of people.
Philadelphia investment advisor Rich Weinstein became a citizen journalist and in 2014 unearthed a series of online videos showing Obamacare architects admitting that they intentionally fooled the public about what was in store for them under the Affordable Care Act.
I started noticing more in the news that these people called architects were out there basically trying to influence public opinion. And I figured these architect people they were mostly academics, and I thought maybe they would leave a trail of breadcrumbs for me to figure out what was going on.
One star in these videos was Obamacare architect Jonathan Gruber, an economist at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Look, I wish Mark was right. We can make it all transparent, but I'd rather have this law than not.
In a series of remarkable policy talks at conferences and in academic settings, Gruber seems to brag that Obamacare only passed through its lack of transparency and the stupidity of voters. For example, Gruber says he and other backers of Obamacare hid the fact that it would be costly to healthy Americans.
If you had a law which said healthy people are going to pay in, it made explicit that healthy people pay in and sick people get money, it would not have passed. Okay? Just like lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to getting the thing to pass.
At its core, it was supposed to provide affordable insurance for everybody who needed it.
Yes, the Affordable Care Act was supposed to ensure that whether you were employed or unemployed or self-employed, you would have access to affordable health insurance. For someone who's not getting a subsidy, who's paying the full cost of insurance, it's likely that they're now paying about double what they paid before under the old market where only healthy people could get in.
Can you explain in simple terms how the insurance companies are losing so much money if they're charging so much for premiums and if deductibles are so high?
It's real simple. If you only provide a health insurance plan that the sickest people buy, you can't charge enough.
It's expensive, say experts, because nearly all of the government's plans to increase competition have backfired. Take the abysmal failure of the Obamacare co-ops. 23 nonprofits started up with your tax dollars. After sometimes paying exorbitant salaries to their executives, they've gone belly up one by one.
There were 23 and 17 have gone broke so far.
And that's our tax money that went down the tubes.
About $3 billion when it's all over, yeah.
For-profit insurance companies are jumping ship too.
Like Aetna, Humana, United Healthcare, some Blue Cross plans pulling back, a number of Blue Cross plans losing substantial amounts of money and having to go after major rate increases to stay in the business.
When it comes to replacing Obamacare, it will be complicated, and voters will likely demand more transparency this time.
If you could wave a wand, what would the new system look like?
One that is free for people to pick and choose whether it's health insurance plans or not even carry a health insurance plan, that they have a multitude of options of be able to see doctors, whether they have that piece of plastic in their wallet or not. One that allows for expedited treatments to see them, to get to the marketplace so that people can have those new innovative ideas that are being offered. One that is chock full of innovation and incorporates new technologies so that people can get real timely health care in a fashion that makes sense for them.
One trick will be fixing what's sorely broken while keeping facets of Obamacare that work.
Is it true that more people have health insurance today as a result of the Obamacare plans?
It is true that more people have health insurance today because of Obamacare, particularly because of the Medicaid expansion in the 31 states that have taken it.
Obamacare has also opened up affordable insurance to many with pre-existing medical conditions, illnesses that once made it impossible for some to get affordable insurance. Virginia health insurance broker Ed O'Brien helps match up customers with the right policies.
A lot of people were able to get insurance that couldn't get it before because they had pre-existing conditions. So I suppose in some respects that was a good thing. Unfortunately, these pre-existing conditions, which aren't looked at any longer, have caused insurance rates to go up, at catastrophic rates.
Marvin Clark is unemployed but has insurance under Obamacare, subsidized or partly paid for with tax money. He worries about looming change under the Trump administration.
I'm very concerned because right now, by me being 56 years of age, I have so many health complications, and the medication that I take is so expensive. And so without the Obamacare or the insurance that's provided through my health care and MedStar, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
What do you expect from President Trump?
I expect from President Trump to listen to what people have said, that they're tired of the one-size-fits-all approach. They're tired of Washington telling them what to do. They want options for their families. They want affordable care. And they know that when government's involved, they don't get that. And so I think what President Trump should be mindful of is you should really listen to the people.
Repeal of Obamacare could come as early as next month, but is not expected to change 2017 insurance policies.